Hey there guys, today I'm going to do a video about what's best, iMovie or Final Cut. Now I've got both running at the moment, and all I've done is just I've put the Watchmen trailer into each one. Now I do video editing quite a lot because I'm a young filmmaker, so what I tend to do is use Final Cut Express, but I also use iMovie sometimes, and people are like, well, why do you use iMovie? Final Cut's got more, is just better. It does excel in most of its features, but iMovie is still excellent in some places. This is basically how you edit in Final Cut Express. Like, you'll have many more files in your browser. I have one. This is just the Watchmen trailer. What you do is, this is your viewer window, and the next one is your canvas. This is what plays in your timeline. You double click on the movie files in your browser, and what it will do is it will show up in the viewer. So you double click on it, and now we have the entire video in the viewer. What you then do is pick which parts you want to fit onto your canvas. The quickest shortcut to do is I and O. You set the in and out points. So if I wanted to start from there, all I have to do is hit I, and you can see it's just made a little in marker. And then if I wanted to set the out point, there, I hit O, and then it's done it for me. All I then do is I can either do one of two things. I can drag it onto the canvas and choose to insert with a transition, and the default one is usually a dissolve. We can replace, fill to fit, or that one. Superimpose I never use. What I tend to do is just drop it onto the timeline. Just drop it onto there. Now this is what you have to do in Final Cut. You Express, by the way. You have to render the files. When it has a red bar, it means you have to render it. What you have to then do is just hit the timeline and press Command R, and then hit OK. And what it will do is it will then render the movie. You have to do this with everything you put into the timeline. Some see it as frustrating. Having done it, I do it all the time. I edit videos. You kind of get used to it. Hit I for the in. Hit O, drag it in, and you can see it snaps. Hit Command R, touch the timeline, hit Command R, and it's going to render it. Now as you can see, when I put the two files together, they snap together. You can turn the snapping off by doing this, hitting the snapping off, and then you can just do this. I tend to put snapping on. I think is best when you're syncing audio together. I think that needs a transition. So what you do is you go to effects, and these are all the transitions. You can do a dip to color dissolve, which is usually just a dip to black. Obviously you can change the color, and you then have to render that as well. Hit the timeline, Command R, you render it. Transitions don't take as long, it depends which ones you do. So when we play it, it's really easy to use. It's to just grab files. The only bad thing is rendering. However, it does have keyframe animation, filters. It just has so much stuff. Audio, it does so much. Final Cut Express is excellent for that. It's excellent if you want to make a short film, like on a quite high budget, but you're still an indie filmmaker. That's what I would suggest it for. iMovie is different. You browse through. I have the same Watchmen trailer here. You browse through and pick the bits you want. This is what iMovie does well. You find the part you want, and you click it and drag it to where you want it again. Drag it down into the timeline. Yep, create new project. And it's rendered for you. There's no rendering needed. And it's great if you just want to pick out parts. So you want that part. You want that part. Actually, I want to slot this bit in here, and it's there. It's just rendered for you. It's just rendered completely for you. And adding titles and dissolves is just as easy. You just grab it and just put it in, and it's done for you. It's done completely. It doesn't have a lot of features though. It has green screen. This is iMovie 09. It has green screen, but I never use it. I use the chroma key in Final Cut. That's a lot better. All I can say is, if you're an indie filmmaker, stick with Final Cut. But if you're looking to make a home movie, iMovie is excellent. iMovie is probably the best. It's not technical, and the user interface is easy to use. Okay, thanks for watching.